RIN TV coverage of the 2015 Joint Industry Forum is brought to you by PCS, a unit of Verisk Analytics. Like many industries, the insurance industry struggles with the recruitment and retention of talented employees. Our cameras caught up with Sharon Emek, CEO and President of WAHVE, to discuss the recent trends in technology and hiring practices that are addressing these issues. Here are the highlights.
Recruiting and retaining talent is a challenge all across the industry, and there are various reasons for it. First of all, where the industry is facing which has a very big baby boomer population, their imminent retirement, or as we're calling it now, they'll be phasing into retirement. And so a lot of the talent may be leaving faster than insurance firms have really considered. And so not having recruited enough millennials or figuring out how to keep millennials in the workforce is going to create a problem for the industry because there'll be a talent gap. Well, the economy, well, of course, during the economic downturn, which is shifting now, but during the economic downturn, a lot of companies let people go, and then they needed to find talent again because the economy picked up, and then the problem they have is recruiting talent. And if they're recruiting young talent, there's a big training curve. So, and a lot of young talent hasn't really embraced the industry. And so right now what's happening is, because they haven't had enough young talent that they've trained, or enough young talent that they figured out how to keep in the industry, there is a gap now with filling positions, and also, of course, not figuring out how to bring back some of the talent that they let go, or some of their retiring talent, which there are methodologies today because you can work from home, but they haven't figured out yet that everyone doesn't need to work in an office to be effective. What the industry needs to do to attract talent, it first of all needs to know that it has to have a competitive salary range. You know, we're competing now against technology firms, against Wall Street, and the industry doesn't recognize that if you want to really keep really good talent, you're going to have to pay them well. And also, in other industries, they are very flexible. If you go to the technology industry, they recognize many times they can recruit talent from anywhere. It doesn't mean they need to be in that particular office. So what the industry, one is facing, well, they're facing a few issues. One is we haven't really gone to the universities and explained what we really do, that we really are about risk management. When you say insurance to people, they're like, that doesn't sound like a wonderful industry. But if you say, you know, we're about taking care of risk, where there's global risk, we're there when there's disaster, we help rebuild people's lives, and you'd be part of this amazing opportunity. And today young people really want a cause, they're interested in that, and the industry doesn't do a good job selling that to young people so that they want to come in the industry. So one is to sell that we're really not just the insurance. Insurance is really just the product. We're really about managing risk. That we also have to have competitive salaries, and we also have to have flexible work arrangements, because different generations work differently, and with technology today you can have definitely different kind of flexible work arrangements that keep the talent. The technology and the web has definitely affected the work environment, because you're now able to work from anywhere, and people can take a laptop and work wherever they are. They can work at clients' offices, and there's no particular constraint now that you have to be effective if you're working in a cubicle in the office. And I sometimes ask people, you know, business owners, brokers who own their firms, and they say, oh no, I can't let people work from home, they have to be in the office. And I say to them, well, all right, you have 50 cubicles here. Are you walking around every day and looking at the work these people are doing in their cubicle, or are you seeing the results? So imagine if you allowed, let's say you have a talented person whose husband gets transferred, and she has all this institutional knowledge. You don't want to let her go. Why can't she work from home and do the same work as manage? Just imagine that her work environment, her home, is like a cubicle in your office. So the technology now is really leveling the playing field, where you can keep talent wherever they may be. They don't have to be any longer just in your backyard. And today, in today's world, people are moving everywhere, and they don't necessarily stay in one place any longer. So you have to be able to accommodate and keep talent wherever they may be. There is a growing trend in contract staffing. In fact, there's been some recent research that as a result of the downturn in the economy a number of years ago, a lot of companies recognize that even though they let people go, they were still able to get their work done because of technology. And they recognize now that they should keep a core staff and they should use contract staffing as they need to gear up, as there's more demand, and then they can so they can ebb and flow with the needs of staff. And so there's research that's showing that a lot of companies are going to use more and more contract staffing to fill their needs on top of their core staff. And then they can always bring in the talent, particular talent that they need at the time. So I think there will be a real growth in contract staffing over the next few years.
For more of our coverage of the 2015 Joint Industry Forum, visit the RIN TV On Demand Library.